From this to this. Hi, Kim Victoria here with another quick project that was inspired by this Yellow and Lacey journal that I am making. So I'm playing with paper, and one of the things about my history is that I started my rubber stamp company back in 1996, 28 years ago as of this recording. And to demonstrate how to use my rubber stamps, I made lots of cards. I made tags. I even made little booklets. So that part of making craft projects was very natural to me. And then I discovered making journals. So it's only natural that I'm going to incorporate a little card making into my journal making experience. So these are the supplies. I mean, I've got some ink and a pen, and let's go through this because this will only take a few minutes. And I wanted to just present all these bits and pieces as short videos. So let me get on with it, right? Um, in the first place, this is a half sheet of cardstock. That's all folded in half. And these are two pieces of regular printer paper cut in half, folded in half, and I trimmed them so they would be a little bit smaller than the card folder and a little bit shorter this way with a nice smooth edge. So that part is super easy. And I will be sewing that in. We've got the embroidery floss ready. But the first thing that I want to do is kind of push things out of the way here a little bit and start with the cover embellishment. So what I found were some lovely little cards. And this is origami paper. Origami paper is very thin, and it is ideal for layering and small folding projects, obviously. So the first thing that I want to do here is round over the edges, because I do want rounded over edges. And I also decided I wanted to round over these edges as well. Including the paper inside. And I can do that since there's only 4 thin sheets here. I can do it as groups. There we go. All of that before assembly. Now this, I can round over those corners afterward. So a little tip on glue stick. If you like the Elmer's glue stick, be sure to get extra strength. You don't have to use the school glue type. It's not as it doesn't endure as long. It's not it won't last. And this is the Uhu. I got this at Dick Blick Art Supplies. It's also a stronger glue. So I do use some glue stick in my projects as long as it's an extra strength glue. And one of the things I discovered when I made the first one of these is I cut it to size first, and that was kind of a mistake because getting this sticky layer onto this sheet was a challenge in getting it on there accurately. This this works so much better. All I want is just a little sliver on the sides just to create that contrast. Now this next thing I'm going to do is something I never did when I was making cards, and it never occurred to me, and I never saw it done. And it's just been such a pleasure watching all of the journal videos and seeing what people do. Uh, I just got this week. I've been watching this precision craft glue from Barely Art being used, and it has a super small tip. And I'll tell you, there are times when I wished I had something like that for detail work. So now I can do this. It's nice. And the other thing that was suggested in one of the other journal videos is that whatever is your opening, in other words, this is my top, and that's where I want to create a pocket, hold that side, because then all the other three sides are where you want to put the glue. And I thought that was a very good tip. So now I'm just making sure it's straight. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and sew this in. Now, for most of you, you're very familiar with the three-hole pamphlet stitch. So just kind of eyeball the center and near the top and an equal distance from the bottom. This is embroidery floss. And the one other thing I did want to do is, that I kind of forgot here, I do want to ink those edges. Like I said, this journal isn't about being grungy, it's about being pretty. And I'm using a variety of nice yellows and light oranges to enhance the papers. No browns, no blacks. All right. So that part's done. Okay, set that aside. And now I'm going to make a tag. And that was something I'd never done before, was make a pocket on the cover of a card. And I think that is pretty cool. I'm making these for my Yellow Lacey Journal, but by no means does it need to be for a journal. So you can see I was trying out different inks here, and I found that the one that I liked the best happened to be this peeled paint distressed oxide. And I am new to using this kind of ink. I had not used it before. I'll do it this way. So I'm just getting used to it. I am just getting to the point where I understand it. So I've watched a couple of Tim Holtz videos, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm going to have to do some playing around so that I understand it more. There we go with that one. And this, oh, this is a little, there it is. And a nice little stamp set I found. I think I found this set at a thrift shop. I've just found some amazing stuff at thrift shops. But so I'm using this one and this little tiny butterfly. No, 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 not on, let's see. What did I do before? I have to look. Oh, that's right. I use this later. Don't get ahead of myself. I do have a sticker to put on there. So let's do that. And for the top, if you watched the introduction to this whole project, I mean, I have this bag full of off-cut ribbons, and they were in different colors. I got them organized in their own groups. I'm using a paper clip to hold a couple of those pieces together. I'm just going to go ahead, put a little glue on both sides. And this is a different kind of ribbon. So I just wanted to, I'm just getting kind of lots of little mixed materials for this project. It's just something I'm wanting to experience more. There are these kinds of mixed materials and layers, more layers. These are things I didn't do as much when I was just making samples for the rubber stamp company. So what a great little tag with a little writing area. And that's going to go in there. I'm going to let this dry a little more first. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is fancy up this envelope a little bit. So let's start with inking it. And this is where I add this little butterfly. But there was one more thing. Aha, just saw that. It reminded me. So I didn't want these to be just green overall, since I'm working with yellows and light oranges. I experimented and I went, well, why not? Let's try that. So this is a water-based marker, and these distress oxides are water reactive. So I thought, well, I wonder what would happen if, and that's what I was testing here. And I liked the effect I got. Adding just a little bit of color to these flowers, make it more interesting, more fun. Didn't quite get an imprint here, and there's a little fallout there, but that's okay. It's fine. All right, so that's a little better. I like that. So now that we have that, and it's all the way below the edge here, so that's going to fit in our envelope. And we have our envelope. And there's room for the address and a return address if that's what somebody wants to do. And then we have our little mini booklet. And I've thought about things like this, and I can see where this kind of thing can be a mini journal for somebody, but it also can be kind of a loving gift, like a friendship or a family member, things I love about you, um, little memories of time spent together. I'm sure you've thought of all kinds of things, but something like this could be very, very sweet and generous. So there we have our cards. So this is what I have done with this. This is a quick, easy project. It doesn't have to be a journal with another journal. This is a great standalone kind of project. So I hope that this inspired you, and the ideas are endless. So, all right. So that's all for now. And just remember that, boy, the idea of getting into your creativity is a way to access your joyful emotions. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.